They were my life, and it was my biggest mistake. Those chilling words attributed to Chris Watts continue to haunt anyone who has followed the case. How does someone go from being seen as a quiet, devoted family man to becoming the center of one of the most disturbing true crime stories in recent history? In this series, we begin to unravel the mindset, the moments, and the decisions that led to a tragedy involving Shanann Watts and her children. Part 1 takes you back to the beginning, before the headlines, before the investigation, and before the truth started to surface. What makes this story even more unsettling is how normal everything seemed on the outside. Smiles, family moments, and everyday life painted a picture that no one questioned, until it was too late. But behind that image, something was slowly changing. This isn't just a retelling. It's a deep look into the cracks that people didn't see, the words that now carry new meaning, and the timeline that led to a shocking reality. What really happened behind closed doors? Like and subscribe to Cold Truth Achieved True Crime for more gripping and suspense-filled true crime stories that reveal what others missed.
I didn't know what that's a computer room. I was like, I didn't know how to computer room.
Without computers.
Exactly.
So you remember, I talked to you, Tammy talked to you, Dave talked to you. We're all from Colorado. And so the last time we talked to you was a different situation, right? Our investigation was open and your case was open. That's completely different now. So your case is completely closed. Nothing about what we're going to talk about today has anything to do with an open investigation. So we're not here to get more charges on you or get any statements from you that are going to jam you up anymore, right? That's all done. So all of our cases are closed and the court case is closed. So there's nothing that we're going to talk about today that's going to get you in any type of trouble at all. And so I wanted to make sure you knew that's not why we're here.
Okay.
But why we are here. So the three of us work from three different agencies, right? Quite a bit different. CBI, FBI, and Frederick. Different goals. And the things that happened with you kind of all brought us together. And as the months have passed on since everything happened, we just keep in touch with each other and we keep talking to each other. And we've all separately kind of said, did Chris seem unique to you? And me and Tammy have talked about this, Dave and I have talked about this. Did Chris's situation seem different to you? And we keep having that conversation. We can't quite put our finger on it, right? We think that your life leading up to all of the things that happened were very interesting to us. And for me personally, I don't know if you remember, but one of the last things you told me was, hey, Graham, I'm sorry that I started lying to you. And that stuck with me for the last couple of months. It's been ringing in my head, right? I've never, ever worked a case like this where someone told me that ever. And so as I walked away, I thought, Chris is different. Chris is a little bit unique in that regard. So in talking with Tammy and talking with Dave, I said, what did you feel like when it all went down? When we were there, we were talking to you guys, and we all kind of, in our own different way and in our own different wording, said it all happened a bit too quick for us, right? So when we saw you last, we were talking and talking and talking about your family, about your parents, about everyone. And then the next thing you know, for me and Tammy and for Dave, all of a sudden some patrol officers came in and arrested you. And that was far quicker than we had hoped it would happen. And you understand why that happened, and we understand why that happened. But it left us with 1,000 questions that we didn't get to ask. And then even more importantly, I think it probably left you with 1,000 things that you didn't get to talk about with us. I don't know if you feel that way or not, but and so that's why we're here today. We wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit more about everything. I think there's a lot of things that you didn't get to talk about, and so that's why we're here. And it sticks with me that to this day, there's not one person that's told me, I saw it coming. I knew Chris was like that. I knew it. Not one person. So it's interesting to me, right? No, not one. So we want to talk a little bit about that. Some of the people that we work with, your family, Shanann's family, have said, if you get to talk to Chris, would you tell him some things for him? So we have that to talk about today, and it's good. I think you'll like it. I think it will give you some closure. And so really that's why we're here. Are you available to talk to us?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So off the bat, if you have any questions, just tell us.
Okay.
If there's something that you don't want to talk about, that's okay. We might press you a little bit. Okay, we might say, well, do you mind if we just maybe then ask one question? If something makes you uncomfortable, just tell us. If we need to take any bathroom breaks, we can take bathroom breaks. For anything like that. And we'll take bathroom breaks and water breaks ourselves too. So then, is there anything about your schedule today that makes it that you can't talk to us?
No, there was like a pass for this and the AM and the PM.
Okay.
They reserved the room the whole day,
Oh,
just
okay.
in case.
That's just what they do.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like 2 separate things or something. Like,
I think you have to go back for lunch to get counted for or something.
Oh.
Accounted for.
yeah, I think
11:30.
lunch of like 11, but they're counting like 12:15. So
So in general, how is it here?
it's a lot different in Colorado.
Is it?
Good or bad?
It's better, I think, because it's here. I'm actually around other people. In Colorado, it was just like I was segregated, and it was just like hanging on the walls all night, screaming, and just army.
From other people?
Oh,
Really?
they're just telling me like how I should kill myself, and like what they're gonna do to me, and just like all that kind of stuff. So
Oh.
it was today. This is a lot different because people here don't seem to. It's not like they don't care, but it's just kind of like they don't like judge you as soon as you walk in. In Colorado, it was like they knew why I was there, and that was it. They were just like they had 1 second alone with me. It would have been
Really?
yeah.
Gee, man. Must be out then.
Out of like what kind of jail? I don't know what it was like in DOC there, but they had to lock down the jail for me to walk down the hallway.
Wow. It will? So they had to make sure you were completely separated from anyone else. Gee.
Wow.
Like I didn't see anybody else there. Like I was still next to somebody, but like I never saw them.
You just hear them.
How did they know who you were?
I don't know. I just they make phone calls in there too.
Oh, okay.
And they got the newspaper in there before I got in there. So
Yeah. How was, have you been able to talk with family?
oh yeah, definitely. Like we get from 6 p.m. to 7:30. That's our my unit's not out, so we get to use the phone at that point in time.
Really? And do they charge you for it, or?
Oh, it's just like it's like Securus or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how do you make money to pay for that?
They put money on the phone.
Oh.
So if I call, like, if I was like to dial somebody's number, they have to have like a phone account set up.
Oh,
I just said restricted.
and then so who you call pays for it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Have you been able to talk to like family members and parents and all
Yeah,
that?
my mom and dad, my sister.
Okay. Good. Is that a good thing?
That's a good thing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't hear from me. They're like, "Oh, what's wrong? What's going on?"
Oh, good. And how was it with them?
And so far, so good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was hard to hear your parents at sentencing.
Yeah.
I didn't know if what they were gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And so, yeah, I really appreciated what they said. I don't know about you.
I definitely was. I didn't expect them to be there. So I knew they were there on the 6th. On the 6th, but I didn't expect them to fly back, and they wanted to fly back for that.
Yeah. And then a lot what your mom said. Definitely. Good. Well, so we have 1,000 questions. I'm sure you do too. Do you care if we start, or do you have any questions for us?
Go ahead. We'll start.
All right. So one of the things that we're battling with is, and I won't make any assumptions today. So are you aware that this was a national story?
After a little while, it was. I didn't talk to my parents while I was in Colorado
Okay.
because my attorney team told me, all right, no phone calls, no letters, no nothing.
Okay.
So like I made one phone call when I was in the segregation area there, but my dad thought it was like somebody like a news.
Oh,
I trying to call.
so he didn't answer.
Yeah, so he didn't answer. But other than that,
Okay.
I didn't talk to anybody. But from what some of the deputies were saying, that or my attorney team coming in and said, this is like, they've got people from Australia, England, and all kinds of people trying to figure out what's going on. So,
Did they send you any of the letters, like fan mail or anything? Well,
I got letters, but I couldn't keep them with me, so like I could read them like on my hour out. But it's like I got a bunch of letters that had no return address and stuff that was just not very good letters.
Yeah.
So
okay. They came from a weird perspective, didn't they? From what we had heard.
definitely, there was one person I guess from Broomfield that was like writing like 4 times a week trying to come visit me, and then there was just a lot of people like writing that was like bleed through markers saying like you're a monster, or all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, we're going to talk about some hard issues today, but I don't intend to take you to a dark place today.
Okay.
I hope that when we're done, you'll feel better. I hope it'll be therapeutic. We're going to talk about, obviously, what happened with your family. So that's going to be hard to talk about. I appreciate anything you can tell me about it. If you need to take time out, if you need to get a tissue, that's fine, right? I think it'll be very good for you. It'll be good for us. And so one of the reasons I asked about that national attention is we were aware that you were getting a lot of letters, a lot of interest. And then us personally as law enforcement, we got so many people who claim to have known you, claim to have been with you, dated you, slept with you, and 99 times out of 100, they were just crazy people, right? And so maybe that's a good place to start. Had you heard about any of that?
John Watts, she told me about some dude from Wyoming.
Yeah.
Trent?
Yeah, that guy. That blew my mind. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
And who told you about that?
Attorney John Walsh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we talk about him?
Yes.
Graham and I interviewed him.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Waste our lives.
Yes.
So Trent, in summary, Trent came in and said, met you online on a dating app, had a few, casual but quick sexual encounters with you. And let me be very clear. Not only are we not here to jam you up today, we're also not here to judge you. And if there is anything like that, you can imagine we've heard way worse, way different, So if it's true, I hope that you can just casually say, yeah, this happened. It wasn't as bad as he said, but maybe this happened. So his story was met online, met you, and it was a time when you were experimenting with maybe men. And so he said he met a couple times, met his friends, went to an apartment, had a couple of meetings in a parking lot, and then that was basically it. Any of that sound familiar? Okay.
I never.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he talked about being in your truck with your girls, like the whole 9 yards. So.
Okay. All right.
I've never even been to Wyoming, let alone driven up there to see somebody.
Yeah. And so this is maybe a weird question for you. Do you have any gay experience?
No.
Okay. Any interest?
No.
Okay. Never had a time experimented, wondered?
No.
Okay. Is it possible that he found you instead of you finding him?
From what John told me, just found me on like a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I don't even have that app.
Okay.
Never. He had my phone, so you could probably saw what app I had, but I'd never even heard of the app. But
Okay.
apparently, like he told me, like I met him do like a rehab center or something.
Is that what it said?
No, that was another guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was totally. No.
So did you see a picture of him on the news or anything?
John showed me a picture of him.
Okay.
Like, this guy, and like, John was kind of, making fun of like, do you know him? Sure. I'm like, no.
So you saw it and you were like, no way. Big lip. Did you see his giant lips?
Yeah, just like, I have no clue.
And he's somewhat memorable.
Yeah.
If you met him or talked to him or got to know him, you might remember. He was kind of meek,
Yeah.
but also a little bit flamboyant.
Mm-hmm.
He did fake lip, or not fake lips, but injections.
Uh-huh.
He was very into skincare and makeup. And he mentioned that one of the times, just as a gift, you got him some skincare products.
Mm-hmm.
Any of that sound familiar?
No.
Okay. You can imagine all the stuff we're dealing with. Okay, so that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Trent Bolts. There was another gal that you were dealing with.
Amanda McMahon. Have you ever heard that name? No.
John showed me a picture of her.
Okay.
Oh, you did see a picture of her too?
Yeah, he had like Yeah, that's the same. Yeah,
Does that look familiar?
that's the same picture you showed me on
Okay.
in my soul. And I was looking, I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, you don't know her either?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
He said it was like a Chick-fil-A parking lot rendezvous or something.
Right.
And that's just not true.
That's what she's claiming.
Okay.
Only one, but one Chick-fil-A in Colorado. That was the one in Broomfield, Highway 7.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable enough today to tell us if there were other people?
Yeah, it was just Nicole.
Okay.
Yes.
And that was it. Okay. As these people have come out, for the most part, we've not given their stories much credit. They're just crazy people who want attention. And so, but when that does happen, it does make us think, there may have been others. So Nicole was the only one?
That was the only one.
Was there ever like a one night stand with someone else just out of the blue and one and done?
No.
Okay. All right. Want to talk a little bit more about Nicole? So walk me through it, because that was one of the things we never really got to ask you about.
Right, we didn't talk.
Kind of kicked on and talked about where the girls were, but so what happened there?
So it was probably around June 1st or something. That's when I first met her. And it was just like a work conversation. She messed with the gas meters that, were out in the field. And I was messing up, and then I took it to her like, hey, what's going on with this? Like, how do I fix it? And, after that, we just ran into each other a few times in the office, and I think it was probably the fourth time meeting. She had asked me, because like when we were talking back and forth, I would say, like we moved here from Colorado or from North Carolina and stuff like that, and then she was like, "What's all this weed stuff?" Like, I took out my phone and showed her a picture, like, my girl's on the phone. It's like, oh, okay. Like, so, like, yeah, like, I didn't wear a ring to work because like I said, also get refitted after I lost all that weight. So, but
You lost so much weight that your fingers lost weight?
yeah, it was literally like I was out in the snow one time. I went like that. Ring went off on the rocks. So I was panicking trying to find out that I can't wear this anymore. But so after that, she left me alone for a couple of days, and she texted me outside the field. And then after that, we just kept texting back and forth, and it was just just like she used to work in a little rig out in North Dakota, I think. And we just kind of sharing the stories back and forth about what we did and everything. And then one day it just kind of went to a different level. And then I never thought it would ever go to that level. But she was talking about meeting up after we got back from San Diego. Yeah, we were in San Diego from the 22nd to the 26th of June. And we met up after we got back. And
How did you guys meet up?
at a park in Thornton. Thornton somewhere. And after that, we just kept seeing each other pretty much the whole month of July.
So let me ask you this. You tell me if I'm wrong. You strike me as somewhat of a shy person. So when you guys were meeting, it was just kind of very initiatory, like flirting at first? Okay. From both sides?
Yeah, it was just kind of like feeling each other out. It was kind of like,
Yeah. And so, texts, any calls?
more near the end of June,
Okay. And what makes you remember that it's June, that it happened?
because we called each other before I left to go to San Diego.
Oh, okay. All right. At first, did you think something might happen?
I just thought it was just flirting. I didn't think it was actually like something that would actually happen.
Yeah. Well, it's totally natural, right? I mean, everyone kind of flirts at work, right? Because the relationship between men and women is different. So if you're working with a girl at work, it's just kind of natural to flirt.
I wish I was out in the field more instead of in the office those 10 months, but
Yeah. I kind of see it in your eyes. That's kind of where the path started, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, if I was like, because when I went from like a rover to a field coordinator, like I would spend more time in the morning time in the office trying to get everything like situated where we're going to go, everything like that. And, if I was a rover, I'd be more out in the field, and instead of like coming to the office like for more than an hour.
Right.
It just gave me more time to run into her, pretty much.
Yeah. What did she know about you? Did she know you were married first?
She did once I showed her the pictures
Yeah.
on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, the home screen. picture.
So was your wife in that picture, or was it just your phone?
It was just my girls right there, but my wife was the lock screen.
Oh.
So she knew I was married and my kids.
Okay.
Are you aware that she said she didn't know you were married?
Yeah,
What did you think about that?
I figured it was like, just trying to save face, trying to, I was just trying to, and some of my sister said it was like, just trying to keep things together.
Yeah.
Just trying, she phrased it a different way, but just kind of like, just like ground control, just trying to control everything that's going on around her. Cause I'm sure she got bombarded by all kinds of different sides from the media and everything. So,
Have you talked to her at all? No.
I'm hoping she hasn't written me in a different alias or something. No, I'm not talking to her that way.
Oh.
And are you not allowed to talk to her?
I would hope not.
Okay. No one told you that then?
No, I mean, I would expect I thought Colorado had said on a DOC list that if you're on a victim list, you can't call anybody.
Oh, right.
But here, I'm not sure if that's the same. But I just talked to my sister, parents, some friends of my parents.
Do you wish you could talk to her?
Maybe once, just to
get some closure?
Just to say hey, just once.
Yeah.
Say I'm sorry this all happened. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened afterwards. What you went through. If you had counseling. If you're different state. If you had to leave everything behind. I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry. And that something I never saw in my life happening or happening to somebody else.
Would you be alright if we told her that?
That's fine.
Do you want us to? Do you want us not to?
And if she would want to even talk to you guys, I'm not sure if she'll contact. I'm sure she'd answer your phone call more than the attorney phone call that she didn't want to call. Answer. Yeah.
Oh, so your attorney tried to call her and she wouldn't answer?
Yeah, cause I remember her phone number, but after that they figured out, I guess, where she lived. And they left a call business card there. And she just pretty much after the fifth attempt, she said stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's getting bombarded like everyone else, so.
And hopefully it's calmed down since, but I'm sure I just hope she can I'm not there's normalcy for her, not since she's on the outside, but I'm hoping it can get that way at some point. I'm not sure if she had to leave Colorado or not, but I'm surely that would have been hard if she did.
Mm-hmm.
Shanann Watts was her dream job, so that's one thing I always asked my attorneys is did she have to leave? Did she have to do anything at work? Because that was one thing. So she always told me that was her dream job. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where does she need?
In the oil company in Anadarko, it's unless you work for BP or company Phillips or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anadarko's in.
Looks like big leagues.
Yeah.
Right. Can I ask kind of a tough question? Did you love her?
I felt like it was true.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it was the same from her. Okay. Tell us about the time you spent with her.
Well, it felt like it was, I think when you said more like a shy guy, it's kind of I've never been pursued by anybody before. It's kind of I was the one, trying to pursue. Because when me and Shanann met, it was she was always pushing me away, kind of
She was sick for a while, right?
Oh yeah, she had just got diagnosed with lupus, and she was on a bunch of different medication and stuff, and it was I guess I wasn't her type. And
you weren't her type?
I wasn't her type because she told me when she first, because we had met.
She told you that?
Yeah.
You're not.
I remember you telling me that.
It was when we first met, was at a movie theater, and my cousin's ex-wife set us up.
You were dressed like shit, weren't you?
I didn't. I
think that's what you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They wouldn't have any games?
So she was fancy and you were in shorts and tennis shoes or something, right?
I should have known the doorman, was in a suit. And I was just this isn't good.
When you're at the theater?
It was a fancy theater, right?
It was in Charlotte. It was called the Epicenter. apparently they give you like champagne and all kinds of stuff. And,
Oh, this is a fancy date night theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he came like he was going to a
like I was
Cinemax, like
I was going to a pond.
like AMC.
White theater.
No, it was like you just watch the normal movie, but like you can like drink champagne and like have like get Jack and Coke beside the theater and just sit there and whatever. But like yeah, it's when she first saw me, she was like, I should probably just turn and talk to the bartender a little more. No, I'm not here to meet. But yeah, like I was like persistent trying to pursue something. I liked her, and even on our first date, like I couldn't even eat anything. Really, I was just like,
Just so nervous?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. She was just like chowing down, and she was like, you eat like a bird. I'm like,
Oh, that's funny.
and she talked to my parents like months later. She was like, this guy just never ate. He's like, this guy eats like a trash disposal. It's trash disposal. I was like, no, that was not around me. I was like, well, I was nervous. I was just like, I was always like shaking and everything. But yeah, I was always pursuing her, and then just like finally, I grew onto her. Like I would always like with her medications and stuff. I would always like she had like 8 bottles of medication, so I would always get like her day and nights and kind of like put them all in that little flip open
Fill box.
all that kind of stuff. And I would always be around her. I even went to her colonoscopy, and she said after that she knew I was like kind of a keeper. It's like who goes to a colonoscopy after 3 months with somebody?
Right.
It's a little soon.
But she asked if she needed a ride. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you want to go across my colonoscopy with me? I'm like, sure, why not? Like even sat with her while she drank that nasty stuff all day.
Yeah.
Oh. Or she's in the bathroom all day.
Yeah.
That clear stuff that doesn't really taste clear. Yeah, but yeah, it was. I mean, it felt like it was a great relationship. Everything was great.
Now you're talking about with Kissinger?
No, with
That part
Tom
was-
Ocean and like the first year, my parents never. I don't know. My mom was always kind of hesitant.
What?
I was the baby, I guess. I never, because I never had a girlfriend in high school, so it's kind of like she never like really saw me like.
Oh, interesting. So she's kind of watching her baby walk out a little bit.
Yeah, because when I turned 18, I graduated. I never moved back
Okay.
at home. So
And
my
how old-
sister moved back and forth all the time. So
How old were you when you met Shanann?
I was 25. It was 2010. So
Okay.
So no serious girlfriends before that?
nothing more than like 6 months or so. Yeah, there was some girls here and there, but just nothing more like the last girlfriend I had before Shanann, she was just actually got divorced, and I should never did that. But it was more of like I was kind of like helping her get through her divorce. It seemed like she went on to somebody else. I'm like, oh, nice to know.
You're the rebound guy?
The rebound guy.
Pretty much, but that's how it goes.
Would you say that in your relationships with women, it seems to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to me like you're attracted to maybe a more dominant personality?
It seemed like it because I'm more of the just reserved. I mean, I just kind of like go with the flow type.
Yeah.
And like Shanann usually made all the decisions. It seemed like so.
I get that. I'm the same. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't think that's right with you, but
So then, and I know it's hard to keep bouncing back and forth, but and one of the reasons we're here is we just keep telling ourselves, Grace just does not fit the mold. Grace does not.
no.
Like this, it just blows us away what happened, right? And so we will do a little bit of bouncing back and forth, and that's really just to get to know you a little bit better. Because we never really got that chance, did we?
Pretty much twice.
Yeah.
Met you once.
Yeah.
Probably like three. Well, you remember 3 or 4 times probably.
So then do you call her Nikki or Nicole?
I would call her Nikki.
Okay.
I know there's so many Nikki's and Nicoles in this.
Right.
I got confused.
So we'll call her Nikki. So then with Nikki, was it different?
It just seemed like I was more in control. It seemed like, and that never happened. Like she'd actually like asked me like my opinion on a lot of things, and just like what I wanted to do, and just kind of like, okay,
It was new, wasn't it?
very new.
It's fascinating to me. And so did it feel more like an equal partnership, or?
It seemed like it.
Yeah. Okay. So then, when it was date night, would you guys talk about it? Would you ask to go somewhere? Or would she say, I want to go somewhere? Or was it too fast?
The first time we went out, it was to a movie over at the Orchard, about the 144th over there. And I asked her, like, hey, you want to go see this movie? And, like, she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And we got there, it was sold out. And, normally I'd probably just have, just wait 2 hours, like, just go home. But not, she just wanted to walk around and just talk. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So that was different. And, I think she wanted to go to the car museum, Shelby Museum in Boulder. I'd never been there. And
That's right up your alley. So
yeah, I was just like, that was awesome, just to walk around cars for like an hour or so. And then, drag race in Vandermeer.
Okay.
And I haven't been to a drag race since 2008. And that was in Charlotte.
Okay.
Like, that was the main drag strip over there. That's like the NHRA, the Top Fuel, fun car stuff. Like, me and my dad used to grow up.
Yeah.
Go there like all the time. And then went to camping in Sand Dunes National Park, and I'd never been camping. I always wanted to do it. She'd done it like countless times.
Oh, really? Okay. She's outdoorsy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess every time like she needed to clear her head, she'd just go by herself, just go somewhere.
Oh. But she's a completely new type of person and relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What were you thinking this whole time? Like,
in the back of my head, I was just telling myself, "What are you doing?" Like, every time, I open up my phone, I can see pictures like of my wife and my kids. I'm just like, "What am I doing?" And then, like, every time I was with her, it seemed like I didn't think. It seemed like it was like a blinder that was on my face.
Oh.
And it was like every time I look back on it, like, like I have pictures of my wife and kids and myself. And like every night, or every morning, every night, I just, talk to them, say like I have like this book I used to read for CC, and I remember that book, so I read that to them like every night. And like there's some scripture and stuff that I read to them, so I just try to think back, like I wish this never happened. And just like I wish that blinder wasn't on my head, wasn't in my eyes, that would have seen what was going on. Like, I was everybody said, oh, you're just out there having fun while your kids, or kids and wife are on vacation. I'm just like, no, it wasn't like that, but it seemed like that's what it looked like when you're going, you're going to camping, going to drag race, going all this other stuff that you have fun doing, but you're with somebody else. It's not your family. It just didn't seem right.
Right.
With her, it just didn't seem like I could even see that anymore. Yeah. I was there at her house pretty much every night. So it was like I didn't have that time at home just to really think about anything. Because literally I didn't, like I was only at home from like when I got home from work. I worked out, I ate dinner, and then I went over to her house. Like I never slept in my house. Like the whole month of July.
Now, talking through that though, when you said you went home and then you were at her house, was that while Shanann was gone? Oh, okay. So you weren't even at your house?
No.
This all happened so quickly, didn't it?
It was insane quickly. Like I didn't she even told me like she would never, in like a normal relationship, she would never have somebody over at her house like more than like once or twice a week, but she felt like she wanted me over there.
Yeah.
She said she felt comfortable over there.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what was different. Like she wanted me over there. But then I just wish that all that would just go away. I just wish I'd almost like I know it's hard to, I know it's wrong to say I wish I'd never met somebody, but I wish I'd, maybe met her at work and then just kept it that way.
I think if we had a time machine, I don't think this would happen again. Because some people, when this happens, you're like, well, if it wasn't this time, it would have been next time, or it would have been the next time. It just wouldn't happen with you, would it? And it happened so quickly that you tell me if I'm wrong. You're not the type of guy to take control sometimes when you need to. Yeah, it seems like that's just what happened.
Yeah, I didn't take control of the situation. It was like the situation controlled me.
Right, it just happened. No, I get that, man. I'm somewhat passive myself, and it's like, you know, there's situations where I'm like, well, why did I let that keep going? No.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was like a roller coaster ride that I just kept punching the ticket on and just never could get up. Yeah.
We talk about the hardest subject. So when we were talking, the last time we talked, the last thing we talked about was where the girls were. Mm-hmm. We never really got to talk about that night. What happened?
So nothing really happened that night. It was in the morning. And it was, you know, me and Shanann, she got home like at 2 o'clock. And, you know, I felt her get into bed. And like, I just felt like I didn't really, but I just made sure I looked at my phone at 2 o'clock and make sure she was upright, she was in there. And I kind of feel her kind of stirring around a little bit. And I just had a feeling that she knew like what was going on. I mean, obviously I didn't use like an Interco gift card, you know, that I got, and I used my actual credit card, and I kind of just felt like she knew what was going on, and she started rubbing her hand on me, and we ended up having sex. But I guess that was more like a test.
Well,
I would have thought.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because when we talked, when I woke up for later on in the morning, like, you know, I pretty much, you know, told her, like, you know, I didn't think it was going to work anymore. And she was like, what happened? What was last night? You know? Mm-hmm. So I figured that must have caused the test after I've gone through everything in my head.
That makes sense.
And she just told me, you know, like, to get off of her. And she was like, I knew there was somebody else, I knew there was somebody else, and there was somebody else. I couldn't just say, yes, there is somebody else, but that's, she said, never even see the kids again, never gonna see them again, get off me, don't hurt. And then,
Is that what she said?
that was good. Like, when I climbed in bed, that was pretty much like on top, pretty much like straddling her, doing.
Okay.
Just she thought I was gonna, like, you know, hurt her or baby or something. So, because she knew that, like, you know, something had happened. She thought I was just trying to, you know, just check out or something. So, and that's when it happened.
I know it's hard, but do you mind if we talk to the tiny bit deeper about that? So she comes home. You know, she touches and you guys have sex. It seems like she's doing her test, which I understand. Sounds like you do too.
I'm sure, like, you know, Nikki or something, the Cole Atkinson or Cassie probably told her, you know.
That's what I was thinking, right? They talked about it during that whole weekend.
More than like that. That's my parents told me. There was like going through like text messages. It's like all like pretty much they all kind of just told her he's with somebody else. You know.
Yeah. And she'd spent a lot of time with the gals. That's what they did probably all weekend, is talk about it, give her advice. I think that's what we found, right? Yeah. Okay. So she comes home. You guys have sex. And then did you fall asleep between then and going to work?
Yes.
Okay. So then at some point, does she wake you up or does you wake up for work?
A lot of more.
Oh, okay. And you're going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's when she started wanted to talk more. She was pretty mad.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I had already kind of knew that, you know, using that credit card, you kind of knew.
Was that intentional?
Yeah.
I had no other way to do it.
Oh.
Like, you know, I used, like, because I got these Anarco gift cards from, like, you know, doing good stuff at work and stuff like that. And I'd use them all.
Oh. Was part of me just like, screw it, whatever, I don't care. I'm using this card.
Part of me just wants to say, Nikki, can you pay for this? But I don't know.
Yeah.
Even I think my attorney said she even noticed I used a different card, like a blue card. Maybe she thought, you know, like I felt comfortable enough just to use a home bank account or something. But, you know, I told her I was going to Iraq. I told you guys.
Yeah.
She said, you know, even it felt like, you know, like looking back at everything, like just like reading the scripture more and more now, I can see like, you know, God gave me opportunities to get out. Like even my friend Jeremy Lindstrom, he even invited me because like it was his daughter that came and watched the kids on that Saturday night. And he was like, hey, you said we're going to a Rocky game. You want to go to me with the Bronco game and watch the Arizona Cardinals? Like, in my mind, it was like, you know, go. Just say, hey, I can't find a babysitter.
Finicky.
Yeah. And maybe that would have been like, you know, like a light switch in my head goes off, light switch in her head goes off, maybe it just like goes different directions. That was kind of like my last like opportunity to kind of get out, it seems like. I wish I would have said, yeah, let's go. Yeah. And I think that would have just put me on a different trajectory.
So then, Shanann, did she actually say you're never going to see the kids again?
She said it to me before.
Yeah. That's kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, because she'd said to me before she went to Arizona. Because like I wasn't really sleeping in the bedroom, I was sleeping on the couch or in the basement bed or something. And, like she had slammed the door, you're never going to see the kids again. Somewhere. Yeah,
Did she get fiery like?
only once in our entire relationship I ever seen her that way.
Yeah. And that was a time before, or was that on the night that it happened?
No, it was back in North Carolina.
Oh.
It was just like one of those. It was just a fiery argument that I never raised my voice to her or anything. And like, you know, I just got mad and I slammed the door and she's like, "Ow!" I'm like, should have slammed the door.
Was that when you were in North Carolina that last week?
No, it was like
Previous to
this
that?
is like 2010, 2011.
Oh.
It was like early. In her old house.
Before kids?
Yes,
Were you dating or were you married at that point?
dating.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just like I don't remember what it was about. I think some girl maybe texted me like from my past or something, and like, you know, it was just like this, and she was like, you know, don't have that happen again. And I'm just like, I have friends,
Right.
they're females, like I don't even talk to this woman anymore.
Right.
And it was just like, dude, no,
Was she fiery? Did she have that Italian blood that her mom has?
Lord, yes.
Was she always like that, or was she? Did she snap at things?
She would snap at me, but you could tell, like, you know, something really irked her a little bit.
Yeah.
It would come out.
0 to 100 type thing, or what?
Yeah, 0 to 200.
Oh, interesting.
She gets acclimated about something. She's like, all right, it's gonna happen.
Well, that's why she was probably so successful at Thrive, right?
Oh yeah, like she had done a couple other like direct sales business, but this one was just like, it was different.
Why?
This one, like, cause I think she had done like Origami Owl and like something called like It Works, and then like just other couple other things like some bags and stuff like that. With the supplement stuff, but just because it worked with her and worked with me, she's like, okay, I can kind of like use this as like, all right, this is what it's doing for us.
Yeah.
And then like after a little while, like she could see how like people are above her, how it was helping them, and then it was just like trickle down effect.
Mm.
It was like a good system about like, you know, commission wise and everything was just, she could use all the business IQ she has from running those cell phone shops and from the Dirty South custom shops, all that. I mean, she's business minded.
Yeah.
She knows how to do an accounting book like the back of her hand. So that all just like fell into place with all that.
So then on that night, was it just a new type of fight?
It was,
Never had, or what? What happened?
yeah, totally different type of fight. It was, you know, it was just felt like, I don't know, it was more anger than anything else. Like there was emotion to it at first, and then it just felt like it was just anger. It was just like, you know, like there was no love there. It was kind of like what we were saying, what she was saying. It was just like, it's almost like we knew like something was coming at each other. We didn't know, like it wasn't ourselves.
Really?
No.
Anger from you or anger from her?
I think it was more anger from me and more like desperation from her to, because she wanted to fix it.
Yeah.
She knew something wasn't right. Like, you know, like when the whole thing with my parents happened with the my parents call it Nutgate.
Go ahead.
Nutgate.
What's that?
Oh,
The peanut.
Oh, yeah.
Whatnot.
Oh, with her family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
pistachio ice cream or whatever.
Yeah, they people
Nutgate. I don't know.
I haven't heard that.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I guess what people are calling it.
Okay.
But that was like another out. Like, you know, maybe I could have just like stopped everything with Nikki and just kind of concentrated on helping like whatever happened there. Because Shanann had a story, my mom had a story. Like, whatever happened, I probably asked my 10-year-old nephew. Probably could tell me what actually happened.
Well, they both have their feelings for good reasons, and they both didn't see it the other person's way. And
Yeah, and like maybe because I didn't talk to my parents from then on until like August 6th. And like, you know, my dad took that whole week off.
you didn't talk to your parents from then on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like Shanann was like, do not talk to them, do not call them, do not do anything.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, and Cece's birthday was 17th, but I think the actual birthday party was like a couple days after.
In August?
July.
July.
Yeah. And like my mom or my dad was gonna go, but then there was like a post on Facebook about, you know, allergies and stuff like that. Shanann debated, and my dad was like, no, I just can't do it anymore. Just like, because
He perceived that as her taking a shot type thing?
yeah,
Okay.
like she always says she never, you know, put those posts directed at anybody, but she had a
If
method.
you read them, you know who it's talking about.
She had a method to the madness, and you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish I could have just took more time just to fix that. Because like I wanted my parents to be involved. Like since, you know, like the whole wedding thing, and then up to that, it was like, you know, my mom, my sister were always like, you know, combating with Shanann combating with them.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was always cool. Like he's just like me. He's just like, you know, go with the flow. Like I just want everybody to get along type deal.
Chicks,
I
man.
loved your dad.
Oh, he's the best.
Isn't he? I loved your dad.
I'm sorry, keep going.
That's I just wish I could have, like, just when we were at the beach in August. Like my dad was supposed to take the whole week off just so he could see the kids and like see me. Like we have a cookout at my sister's house or something. And then, but we just pretty much spent 5 days at the beach, and Shanann had like booked it. So like, you know, I mean, I don't want to say like punishment for them not to see the kids, but like I wanted them to see it, see them. You know, just I wish I could have fixed all that. And I even like when I was at the beach, I told Shanann that it was more like what was going on was more of like I feel like, you know, my dad's not here. I feel like I've lost like something in my life. I haven't talked to him for 3 weeks. And I haven't been see the kids for 2 weeks, you know, on FaceTime or anything. And I wanted them to be able to have that relationship. She was pretty much gone. Oh, like she tried to kill my daughter by giving her. I was like, I don't think she gave it to him. But
And that was that her stance? Is that your mom?
put something in front of Cece.
Like to kill her or
No, just like
Didn't care.
like
Didn't pay attention.
she thinks that allergies and like this state of age is like people think, oh, you're
like it's made up
like,
kind of
he'll be
thing?
fine. He'll just have a rash. He'll be fine. I've seen CC, you know, like the first time, well, I've seen a picture of when he had a cashew the first time. It wasn't good. And then she had kiwi the second time, and then the same thing happened. And I know it's real.
So you know it's serious, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, it wasn't like her throat like closed up, but she broke out in this full body rash that looked really crazy looking. And luckily, like, you know, nothing with her throat like happened. But
So did that make you angry at your mom for doing that?
yeah, I mean, I just like, well, you just gotta, I told her you need to think, you need to like, you know, pay attention. Just because another kid can have something doesn't mean another kid can have something. Because like when we were at that birthday party at Jeremy's that Sunday, you know, they had this cake there. Like Bella wanted it so bad. I'm like, can't give it to her because she can't have it. She was like, you know, okay. And all the other kids were like, they can't have the cake, you know. But like, I just kind of took them off and gave them some like one of those frozen pops or something. But you know, it's just like she had to learn that just because one kid can have something and there's another kid that can't have it for a legitimate reason, like she couldn't have done it. But you know, that's the kind of talk I had with her when Shanann called me. I think it was maybe like middle of July or something when she told me all this had happened. That's when I called my mom and talked to them for a while, and then they're just like, you know, they just couldn't deal with her anymore. Shanann Just kind of like, they like flipped out. My nephew told Bella to go hide behind the curtain because I don't think your mom was going to let you come over here again or something like that.
Oh.
So it got heated.
Oh, it was bad.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a last straw between them, I think.
Like in the same room or over the phone?
No, they were at the house.
They were
my
really
mother's
heated.
house. Yeah. But Cece and Bella and my niece and nephew were there.
Okay.
How did Shanann find out about the ice cream thing?
Because Chanel was there, and I guess they were all sitting. One was couch was kind of like a U, and my niece went into the kitchen, and she knew where the ice cream was. I mean, right there.
So it's not like your mom gave it to her? Like she got her own?
Yeah, she went in the freezer, got it, went out, and stopped beside Cece and started eating.
Oh.
But like, it's just a matter of like Cece could go like
Right.
like that. I don't know what would happen if she just got it on her hand.
Right.
But like I know on like the prick test, on the back, it's like a well.
So were they staying there at your parents' house during that time? 'Cause-
Yeah, it was. So they would go from from Sandy and Frank's house for like a few days or 5 days, and then go to my mom and dad's house for a couple days, back and forth.
So it happened during that time? You were there, yeah. Okay.
So there were so many things that happened, weren't there? There just were little tiny ingredients to this recipe.
Yeah, nothing like
That's Chris. I mean, it's just so many things just didn't go your way.
everything was like somebody was stirring a pot, and it was just.
That's exactly what it looked like. So then, I know I keep bringing it up. Can you walk me through just the last few minutes before Shanann died?
It was pretty much just like I had gotten dressed for work, and then like we started talking.
Did she come to you?
No, I was just right there in bed.
Oh,
Just-
okay.
Yeah, so I was just like I got my blue shirt on, I'm not and everything.
You ready to go?
I was ready to go and
Was she asleep or did you have to wake her up to finish your conversation?
wake her up because like she got on like 2 o'clock, so she pretty much out of bed. But I never knew like if her plane got delayed. Someone always told me like she just like sat around with Nicole and just like talked for a while and then came home or something. I'm not sure if that was.
It was delayed.
Yeah. But yeah, when she came home and everything, but yeah, like I woke her up to talk to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And is that because it was just eating at your
Yeah, like I knew like, something like did something felt right with me. Something I know like she knew. I just knew she knew. I just felt like maybe the kids weren't gonna be there when I got home that day.
Oh, interesting. Now, I don't mean to offend, but I have to ask, is that really the truth? Okay.
I really felt like they weren't gonna be there when I got home that day.
Oh. And
Like
so-
she would take them somewhere?
No,
Or-
I just felt like either maybe I wouldn't go home, maybe they weren't gonna be there, or I wouldn't be allowed in. Type thing.
I think I saw some text messages where Shanann talked about that she would take the kids to another state or something because she wouldn't be able to afford to live in Colorado or something. Did she say that kind of stuff to you, or
Yeah.
what did she say about that?
She said she couldn't afford to live in Colorado on her own. And that, I told her, like, well, you can try it, which pretty much makes the same amount I do.
Yeah.
But she said she wouldn't want to try, just because Colorado just the price of living there was a lot higher than North Carolina.
And just so I'm clear, you thought maybe in your mind, you thought maybe she would take the kids somewhere else or like lock you out of the house or.
Or just like I wouldn't want to make a scene like trying like out on the door trying to get in or anything like that. But like I just felt like that was what I did on Sunday. It was kind of like or Saturday night was kind of like the last straw. Kind of like going out with somebody and actually having a good account card and just like not trying at all.
So walk me through it though, because she comes home, she touches you, you guys have sex, you fall asleep, then you wake up for work, all natural, all, a normal day's work type thing.
Yeah.
What was it that made you think, I just can't do this anymore, I have to talk to her?
It was eating away at me. Like I knew like something. I knew everything that I did. Like I know like when I was with Nikki, it was different. Like I wasn't even like in the realm of I'm a dad, I'm a husband type thing.
Oh,
And then like I was saying, when I'm never at home, like sleeping at my own bed, like I have no like concept of that anymore.
interesting. But so in your mind and heart, you could have moved on.
Like it kind of felt like if I wasn't at home, like I didn't think about it almost. Cause like if I wasn't sleeping at home, but like I think there was at one point, like Nikki had gone to the mountains with her friends for like a few days, like into June, first part of July. And then like, that part, obviously I was home. But like from that whole month of July on, it was like, I was never home. Like I never had all those reminders around me. I never had, like every time my wife called me, I would be at Nikki's house.
Oh. While she was in North Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would like, walk outside and talk to her, like when I was next to the car or something like that. I would never be at home looking like have all these pictures around me, just being in the same bed, seeing my kid bed, seeing everything that we go for the last 6 years.
And so, did you just want to once and for all get it out in the open?
I just wanted to just tell her how I was feeling at that point in time. Like I didn't feel like me and her were compatible anymore. Honestly, I didn't feel like that because what was going on with Nikki, it was new. It was new.
Right, absolutely.
Anything that's new always feels better than the old.
Yes.
You were probably bitten by the love bug.
Yeah,
It's not a lot of therapy.
unfortunately. Yeah, it was just like I never felt that. I mean, even like with new relationships in the past, like it always felt different. Like the first couple of weeks, and then but it just with someone Nikki felt different. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like you said, like I was more in control, and like it was more of like maybe more of me coming out. Because Shanann always said like it always seemed I was more myself around other people, like her cousin Cody, like Cody lived or came up visited us for a little bit while we were in Colorado for a little while, and Cody always talked about like, oh, Chris is so funny. Chris is like, Shanann would always like, why you never like that with me? I'm just like, well, maybe I always felt nervous around you.
There's only so much oxygen in the room, right? I say this to some people, what dominant personalities,
I just always felt nervous. I always felt like I was, never could actually just be myself.
Right.
Nikki, I was myself like all the time. It was just different.
Well, and it seems as though, and again, hard to talk about, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but it also seems, is it accurate to say that sexually you were able to say, Nikki, this is what I would like, this is what I'm into, or blah, 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 and maybe not with Shanann?
No, Nikki just wanted, she wanted what she wanted. She wanted to do it pretty much all the time. I was like, okay, that's fine with me.
Okay.
With Shanann, it was like, I'm like, hey, sometimes it happens, sometimes it didn't. But that wasn't the case as far as that way. It was just like sexual. But okay. It was mainly, I was just more myself. Just not think about what I was going to say or plan what I was going to say or not, going to say something stupid or something.
Right.
A little bit of freedom.
Can I ask you something about that morning that you had sex with Shanann? Did you feel at all like maybe you were kind of cheating on Nikki by doing that?
I felt strange. I felt like, the first time I was with Nikki, I felt weird. First time,
Sure.
And then the last time I was with Shanann, I felt totally strange. I was just like, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I had become. I felt like I become people I see on TV, and that did not feel right with me. Like I didn't know what had happened to me. So Nikki even asked me like, have you done this before? Have you go straight away? I'm like, I've never even thought about it. It's like, what's different? It's like, I guess it's just you that's different because I just never actually like I've seen girls smile at me before, never done anything about it, but her, it was just like she had a leash on me and she tugged me away. As soon as she walked, I'm like, what the heck is going on? So,
Well, and Tammy brings up a very good point. I wonder if that last time with Shanann having sex had somewhat of a role in you thinking,
like a trigger?
I got to do something, I got to say something, we got to have a talk, something's got to change. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I felt like it was like maybe like a trigger point or something like you hit the push button on a bomb and it just blows up.
Right.
Something in my head was just like something, something was urgent. Just like I had to say something.
Okay. So then exactly what did you say and what happened?
So when I woke her up, I was like, hey, we just gotta talk.
Okay.
And I told her, I don't feel compatible. I don't feel like this is gonna work. I just, I don't want to like, can we cancel the trip to Aspen? Because she had booked a trip that week
Oh,
to go to some like mystery 4-star luxury hotel or something.
just the two of you or the whole family?
Just me and her.
Okay.
And she had Amanda there to watch the kids that weekend or something.
Okay.
And I was just like, can we cancel that? Can we like do something like the? From what I remember, I even said, can we move to Brighton just to get away from like this house?
Oh,
But like, I'm not sure if that was like in the beginning or the end of part of the conversation or whatnot. That conversation was so many different ways. Like they'd gone from like staying together to not staying together to just like all the above.
okay. So this is half an hour, or what?
Definitely not more than that.
Okay.
I don't think.
Are you crying? Is he crying?
It's back and forth. It's like, she's got, mascara. She didn't wash her face when she got home. She had makeup on still, so mascara was running all over her and stuff like that. Yeah, nothing about that conversation. I just wish I could take all of it back. Just the whole everything back, everything. But
So then when did it turn?
as far as that conversation, just at the end when I was telling her, like, I told her I didn't love her anymore. That's when it happened.
What happened?
She told me to get off her, and then I put my hand on her.
Okay.
Did you say she said something like that you were hurting the baby or something?
So that was before that, because like when I was straddling her, it was kind of like around her waist type deal.
Why did you get on her like that?
I just when we got on the bed, that's just where I got on.
Is that so she would listen to you?
I felt like she could probably listen to me just laying beside her, but I got on top of her. And every time I think about it, I'm just like, did I know I was going to do that before I got on top of her?
Really? That's an interesting thought, Chris. You don't know if you knew.
Just like everything that happened that morning, I don't know, like I try to go back in my head, I'm just like, I didn't want to do this, but I did it. It's everything just kind of like,
Felt like you had to?
it just felt like it was, I don't even want to say it felt like it had to, it just felt like there was already something in my mind that was implanted that I was going to do it, and I woke up that morning, it was going to happen, and I had no control of it.
You never thought about it before?
It was just like, I don't want, like when, like just like in the sentencing hearing, that prosecutor said it takes 2 to 4 minutes, something like that to happen. Like why can't I just let go? I didn't.
Oh, it's interesting.
I just let
Was
go.
it feeling like it was in motion and you just couldn't stop it?
Yeah, it was just like, I don't even want to know what she saw when she looked back at me, honestly.
Did you look at her? What was she doing?
But fighting.
Why do you think she wasn't fighting?
Well, no, it's, maybe she was praying, maybe she was just. Now I read the Bible, it said, like, where the scripture says, don't forgive these people for they do not know what they do. Maybe she was saying that. I don't know what she was saying in her head, but she, like when you guys told me, like, take off your shirt and check for defensive wounds, and like, there wasn't going to be any. She didn't fight. I don't know why.
So she didn't could she grab your arms, or were her arms pinned down, or?
Not that I remember. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think like I moved to where my knees are around her arms or anything. It's just kind of like when I got on top of her, we started talking. That was it. It's kind of like in my head, or like in the back of my head, that was going to happen. And just like at the end of the conversation, it was just like, that's what happened. I just wish I could have let go.
Did it seem like it was that long? 2 to 4 minutes? How long did it seem for you?
It almost kind of felt like it was longer almost, because it felt like time was standing still. It's kind of like I just saw my life just disappearing before my eyes, but it just like I couldn't let go. It was like somebody else, like if you picture somebody else around you, holding your hands, holding you, keep you from not letting go.
some point there was a statement about rage. Do you feel like you're in a rage at that point? How do you? How
That's
do
the only way I can describe it, honestly. Like a snap, something. I mean, I know. I guess my attorney had said like some, strangulation is more of like a, I don't know, passionate type thing. I'm just like, I don't know how that can be passionate.
It's just intimate because you're right, and
Yeah.
using your own hands. It's a lot different than someone standing across the room and you shooting them or something like that. So
It just felt like somebody was like behind me, just like I just couldn't let go.
It's interesting to me because there was a lot of things in your life that were like that, right? Where you're just like, maybe felt out of control, or maybe felt like, I don't know why I couldn't take a step back, or, like even when you said, when your buddy was like, let's go to the football game, you wanted to say yes, you just couldn't.
Yeah, I wanted to. Like I haven't been to a football game since North Carolina, so I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, I wanted to say that.
Yeah.
I wanted to just text him, yeah, no, I guess it fell through, can't go.
So, then what?
Just but just after, Shanann was, I guess, once she was gone, it was just like, I didn't know what was going on. It's like, there was like a traumatic, I don't know, what do you call it, traumatic event type, and everything, and like, I was shaking, I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I had done. I still wasn't in that right state of mind. I don't think like I was in control of what I could think or what I could do at that point in time. Like most people say, like, why don't you just call 911? Why? It's like, unless you're in that situation, we don't know what we would have done. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback.
mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Like I said, if somebody shoots somebody, you don't know what they was going through their mind at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you'd have done.
So what happened next?
Well, it came in.
So what happened, Bill came in? What she said?
Oh, why?
Did she hear something? Is that what she came?
Obviously, I think.
Okay. What did you tell her?
Well, you don't feel good.
And then, did that happen with Bella right in that room?
Not proper.
What happened?
She walked in. That's what she talking about. She was sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Did you take her back to her room?
But she had in that sheet and found sleep.
Okay. Then what?
Carried her downstairs. Back my truck up.
At that point, were the girls still there? Okay. So then Shanann's in the truck. Then you went back to the house.
We got everybody in the truck.
Was Bella first or was Cece first?
And the truck?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So Shanann was first, and then Bella was next. Was Bella alive when you guys got in the truck? Oh, okay. What happened?
I woke back up.
Okay.
It's I don't really want to talk about this part, honestly.
Okay.
Those are my kids. It's my baby. I'm just talking about every night. Help Steve.
Okay.
Every time I see pictures of them, I don't know how it's going. Being a dad was the best part of my life. So I took it all away.
I think that's the hardest part for us, Chris, is we see those videos, we see that love that you had for your girls, like, it's obvious to us, and even to us, it's hard for us to understand how a dad who's given piggyback rides and, you know, making snacks and watching princess movies and those kinds of things, how you get to that point, you know?
Like I said, it was just like something else was controlling me that day. I had no control over what I was like to fight back.
Yeah.
Like when that prosecutor said it, but a bitter tongue, like repeatedly, I just wanted to bang my head up against the wall.
So you put Shanann in the truck, and then you put the two girls in the truck? Were they just sitting in their car seats, or I guess they didn't probably have car seats in your truck, did they?
So sitting in the back with the, like in that bench, and
So Shanann was back there too?
she was on the floor.
What did they say about Shanann being on the floor?
Mommy, okay?
What'd you tell them?
She'll be fine.
Did you have their stuff with them? With their toys and their blankets and stuff?
They had something with them that they carried. One of them, I think CC and Bella had like a blanket or something with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like a pink blanket or.
What about the dog? I think one of them had a dog, right? The dog or dog.
Yeah, one of them had like a little barking dog.
Was that with you too? Do you know?
I think it was. It's hard to remember. Like if they had like big blanket, small blanket.
So, I think I saw on the video that you put a gas can or something in the back of your truck. Is that right? Did you have different plans? Where did you put that in there?
I don't know what was going through my head. I felt like maybe I could just get rid of myself at the same time if I was doing all this, honestly.
Yeah.
You just think about that?
What'd you think about that?
I felt like I deserved to live after what had happened.
Was there any thought to the whole family going away that day, to include you?
After everything happened, that's the definite thought.
Yeah. See, it's interesting to me. We had all kind of wondered if there was a point when you were all together, and if you were all going to pass together. That to me makes sense, but that's, even though it sounds crazy, that's what a family man does, right?
Family man doesn't do what he did.
No, I know. I guess what I mean is, it seems like you guys were going to be together forever in that way. Is that maybe what was going through your head?
Honestly, I just felt like I had deserved to live.
Yeah.
I know it's like whatever judgment I was gonna come upon myself, you know. I just didn't deserve to be on this earth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Okay.
So what made you not do that? You think?
I don't know if it was just more of like because with the site, maybe it was just more of like I would have hurt more people than just me and everybody else. But I know there's other people out there, not like at the site, but other people like maybe out in the area. Like I didn't want something like on the site to catch fire and blow up, and then other people around would get hurt the same.
So you were thinking initially about starting a fire out there or an explosion or something, or?
Just no, not for that. Just like maybe I could just take care of myself. That would have been good. When you gasoline, that's the only thing you do. I mean, I don't have a gun. I don't have anything like that. It's not like just commit suicide that way. But it's just
To blow yourself up?
I mean, it was just. I wasn't thinking. Yeah. I don't have weapons. I've never hunted before in my life. I don't know nothing was right that morning.
Yeah. I remember you kept telling me that you kept saying, I didn't know what I was doing, Tammy. I didn't know. Like,
Yeah, when you asked me
I
about the
remember-
sheet, like, what were you doing? Like, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah. I think you were just like in automatic mode, or it seemed like. So did you drive straight out there? So what were you thinking on the way out there?
I was kind of like what I was doing right now. I'm just like, nervous, shaking, not knowing, like, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, my life is completely changed. I don't know, like, what's happening. Like, honestly, like, I try to picture that whole ride. Like, it's like 45 minutes to an hour ride out there. And it's just like, couldn't I have, like, saved my girl's life? Couldn't I have done something? Why did I do it? I don't know.
All right.
Like, this is my flesh and blood. This is like what I wanted all my life, was to be a dad, just to have, kids, and they love me, they, all that. And it just nothing made sense.
All right.
Like the oil tank, nothing made sense. I'm just like, what the doing?
Mm-hmm. So what happened when you got out there?
I took Shanann out just to a place off to the site.
Mm-hmm.
And then
What were the girls doing when you were doing that?
just sent them back to the truck.
And then what happened after that?
CC was first. She did have a blanket. She had a blue blanket. A Yankee blanket.
So was she alive when she went into the oil tank? No.
I put the blanket over her head.
And that's how she passed. Good brief.
I put the blanket over her head. I didn't want to. No. I strangled her right there in the back seat.
Okay.
What was Bella doing?
Minutes later,
Does she understand? Did she know what was going on?
didn't say anything.
And then the same for Bella. Just without a blanket.
With the blanket.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look. It's like every time I closed my eyes, I started to hear her say, "Daddy, no," and that was it.
That's what Bella said.
I hear that every day.
You go. Sorry, man.
I'm sorry, it doesn't take anything back that I did.
I know. Is it possible that in your mind you didn't want them to suffer throughout their life? Was this like a mercy thing?
I mean, you could say that like after the fact, but it was just like, I don't.
You didn't feel like that during it?
I just didn't. I felt like it was just like an anger with Shanann, with everything, that I was just taking it out on everybody that was in front of me that morning.
Yeah.
I mean, kids growing up without their parents, depending on what grandparents or whoever they grew up with, seemed to be fine, but it was just like, it was an anger thing. It was just like,
And what were you so angry at Shanann about? Like if you could pinpoint it.
nothing that makes anybody to want to do this. I mean, you could be angry at your spouse like your whole life, but you should never have done anything like this. You should never let it get to that point. But I let it get to a point where I've never been angry before. Like, and this was like the epitome of being angry.
Yeah.
The epitome of like showing a rage. The epitome of like losing your mind. I mean, even like some people in here said, "Dude, like the heck happened? It was freaking snapped." And, like I just walked away. It was like, it's. I don't see it in my mind how it could have, like, I look outside every day. I'm like, what could we be doing right now? Yeah, but, right now I'd have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and what might be a 1-month-old son. And a beautiful wife. And just like, right now it's just me.
I watched that video of you finding out that Shanann was pregnant. Don't seem excited. You seem like kind of in shock.
Scared.
And yeah, like, oh fuck. Like,
Well,
it's already complicated and now this.
Well, it's like, when we had talked about it, like a couple weeks, it happened fast. Like with Bella, it was like, we almost gave up trying. And then she bought me like a supercharger for my car. And then with CC, it was like, we had to try. And then finally, but with Lico, it was, once or twice, and then like 2 weeks later, she's pregnant.
Is that what happened?
Yes. It's just like, it was more of like surprise, scared. I'm like, wait, what? Like we just talked about this. Like, people have brought up the fact like, oh, she was probably pregnant before, like you guys even talked about it. I'm just like, it's not, no.
Oh.
But like, yeah, it was insanely fast. I give it that. Like, that's the only reason I ever gave that notion, like, even the moment of thought, because it was like faster than any other time that she'd gotten pregnant.
You just didn't seem happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I haven't like, I don't remember the video much. I know she was wearing like a "Oops, we did it again" shirt, I think, and I was walking with my cooler or something. And I don't remember like my actual like reaction, like watching the video, but like I could see her probably see like didn't seem like he was jumping for joy type thing.
yeah, it didn't seem like that.
Did you watch the one of when I found out about Cece?
Oh,
No, okay.
is it totally different?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Because Bella was in the crib and it had an eviction notice on the.
Oh, yeah, I think you told me about it. Yeah, I never saw it though.
Yeah, I picked up Bella and spun her around and whatnot. This time it was just me and Shanann, and she was in the kitchen. I don't know, like, I don't forget what date it was. Maybe like June 3rd or 5th or 7th. I'm not sure like what date it was, the video, but maybe I already felt guilty about talking to Nikki at work.
Yeah.
Maybe that was going through my head.
Is that the potential timing? Does that make sense? Okay.
I don't remember the video, what day the video was, but I knew like I kind of met Nikki around like June 1st. I knew like she told me like afterwards.
When you say met her, you mean like went on a date with her?
No, I never went on a date with her until she was in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Just like flirting stuff.
Yeah, I mean there was natural flirting back and forth, and I was just like I knew that like with that video timing, I probably just looked like I was like felt guilty for even talking to my girl at work.
Well, you probably did, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys fight before you and Shanann? I know you talked about like not really raising your voice and stuff. Was there? Because I want to say, didn't a neighbor talk about them fighting and stuff?
Yeah, but that was embellished and exaggerated, and he retracted that.
So he ended up doing that.
So,
Did you guys ever fight? Did you ever?
I mean,
Was there any domestic violence in your house? Like,
Oh, I never.
this is strange to us.
Even from her to you, I mean,
Yeah.
she gets mad when she's pregnant and grabs a knife or
Like
smacks you or smacks you around or nothing.
no, she'd never like nothing.
Okay.
That's what makes all this even more hard to understand from my standpoint. No, from yours too.
Yeah.
did she ever belittle you at all? Did you ever feel that way? Maybe.
Was that?
Did she ever make you feel like she belittled you, or you felt belittled by her?
I mean, there's always points like in a marriage where like the dominant person like takes control of everything. But like, I was just my whole life I just kind of went with the flow. Like I never like put myself in the center of attention. I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be in the back row.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if she did belittle me, I couldn't pick at that point or time.
She never really felt that way.
No, I mean, I always knew I was like, the introvert. And she was she took control of most situations. Like when people came over, like, I knew what my role was.
Yeah.
Like I watch videos of like cooking, or she'd make like powder balls, or or like protein balls, or whatever.
Yeah.
You just don't seem like you want to be in those videos.
No.
Like I feel like you were being forced to be in those videos. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it seemed like to me.
I hated being. I mean, I did it for her, because
Right.
it was for her business and
Sure.
stuff, but like it was, I hated just being out
Yeah.
for everybody to see. That's why, like, the whole, like, the gender reveal thing, I was just like, I didn't want it to be like some live Facebook video. I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
But like, I never wanted to be out there, but I know I'm like,
Well, even when we talk about this a lot, Tammy and I, and Dave, even when it was, I think it was Florida on some Lavelle or Thrive thing, and she's like, here we are, and it's all expenses paid, and
I was like,
I remember looking at you and thinking, like, he is not into this video right now.
No, you don't look into any other videos, I'll be honest with you.
I wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
I mean, I remember you talking about, like, she would even post stuff for you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you're technically a salesman, too, of
Yeah, I was-
Lavelle, of
Yeah.
Thrive.
Like, she put me underneath her, not like anything, like any of my friends or stuff, like anything I do would help her.
Right.
So it was just, I would send her pictures. Like I should take a picture with your patch. I'm like, okay, send it to her, and then she'd make a post about it. She was like, I need to take more control over like your business and stuff. I'm just like, I don't know what to talk about.
Right.
Like if I wanted to talk to somebody at the mall or at the pool or somebody about this, I just stumble all over my words and just like, they'd be like, okay, bye. But no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a salesman. Jesus. I mean, she could sell everything you're wearing back to you,
Right.
and you wouldn't even know it. Like, wait, I just paid.
Right.
Sure, I paid $20 for it. But yeah, it's those videos were not me. I did it just to support her. Like when she always say, "Oh,
Could you tell her no? Could you say, I don't want to be in that video? Or was that an option?
probably not an option." I mean, it's like, she would have been like, "Oh, what? This is to, help our family. This is for, to help this and that." So I couldn't have told her no. I mean, they would have made her mad. I'd be like, no. I wouldn't even start that just because it's for the business, it's for the family. I was just going to try to help out wherever I can.
Right.
Did that actually make money?
Mhm.
So not only just more sales, but it actually put money in your guys' pocket?
Mhm.
Okay.
And she made probably in that last year, probably as much as I did.
On commissions, basically? I mean, I know that's a simplified version of it, but...
Yep. I mean, it's they don't take taxes out on it, so
Right.
So that was like the good thing, and they paid for your car.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did they give you an allowance or something to buy a car?
yeah, if you're a certain level, like a 12K or above, they give you a car allowance once a month. I'm not sure how they made money, the owners doing that, but they did.
Yeah.
Unless there's just like an insane markup on the product, which I guess there is.
Probably that's it.
Not sure how much it costs for them to make it.
Yeah.
Did you feel like a different person wearing those patches?
Especially like the Duo, the Burn. Like the Apple Watches. Like if you look on it, like when it tells you your exercise, it says I was exercising like all day. Because my heart rate was like up
Oh.
just from those patches.
Was it full of caffeine or what?
They just have something. They had something in them. I mean, I had the black label ones, the longer black ones. Those had caffeine in them, but it never had that effect. I mean, the Duo Burn ones, the ones that are more of like the fat loss type, it felt like I was working out all day, even though I wasn't.
Oh, were you tired?
I mean, I know at some points, even Nikki said that, like, I'd fall asleep on the couch,
Oh.
on her couch while I was talking to her, and then like pick back up like I never knew I fell asleep, which I don't know if it was like some insomnia thing or what, but like I wasn't sleeping.
You had a lot going on then.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the only patches I really felt like a real big difference on, just because it felt like I was working out all day.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel like they changed your personality or anything like that, though, or do you?
I don't really know. I know that I just felt different on those than any other patch. It was felt like I could just go longer and longer each day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure like if that was probably a bad thing, because I don't think I was probably sleeping more 3 hours a night.
So would you stay when Shanann was gone? Would you stay with Nikki and then go home for like to get ready? What?
Yeah, I just wake up at like 4:30, go home and get ready for work and leave. And I just work out when I got back home.
Mm-hmm.
What were the conversations with Nikki as far as at some point you guys were talking about her helping you find an apartment? So what did you guys talk about as far as your future together?
That didn't really happen until like I got back from the beach. So I told her like I lied to her like, hey, like kind of like I had talked to Shanann about getting a separation.
And that talk hadn't happened yet.
No, I mean it kind of like not. I mean, she knew something was going on. And things. I mean, we weren't sleeping in the same room, and then she she even mentioned the fact like, hey, Colorado's 50-50 state or something like that. And okay, I guess she looked it up. But that actual talk had like that when I was just like, I thought it was going to happen.
Yeah. And so when in conversations with Nikki, I get it. I mean, if you're telling her like the progress toward the divorce is a little bit more than it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then so what were you guys planning?
So it was more of like she's going to help me find an apartment that was affordable. This is kind of just around like Brighton or maybe just close to work, like for Lupton or something around there. That's kind of like where my area was.
Did you talk about moving in with her?
She didn't want that.
She didn't want that. Would you have done that if she would have been cool with that?
That'd been a little too soon. I would have thought. There's just we only been really seeing each other like almost like a month, or they just talking about 2 months. That would really. She called her house like her apartment like her. I don't know, like her kind of like a shield or kind of like her. Well, she had another word for it, but
Like her safe place?
yeah, like a safe place or something like that. And she was like, people like to invade it, but that's why she always let me come over, because she said she felt like it was fine, like her dog liked me and everything. Like she would say, hey, just ship people along here type thing. Like, oh, okay.
So you and Shanann, did you and talk about selling the house? Or what point did you? There was some discussion there with Ann.
Yes. Yeah, she had sent an email to Ann about like how we would go about like selling the house.
Yeah.
And I think Ann told her about Ann was always about getting pre-approved. Just like like if you're going to sell your house, get pre-approved for like another house, so it's like much faster.
Yeah, so you can just quickly transition from one to the other. When did that happen? Remember?
I think it was either right before we left. No, that happened been like first week of August, somewhere around there. I think she may have contacted her.
Okay. So the plan was maybe to buy a house. I think you told me in Brighton, you think about buying a house in Brighton.
Yeah, just like she liked that Adams 12 school system or something.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think that's what Brighton is.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about when you called the school that day, on Monday?
I was freaking out. I didn't know, like I was thinking in my head, like what I just did, what I just done, and I didn't know, like it was stupid to do anything. To call the school, to call Ann, to call anybody. I mean, they were right to be, suspicious about anything. Look, 'cause I knew I probably sounded eccentric on the phone and out of sorts, and just I don't even know what they were thinking. They heard me.
I think they thought I was weird, but I don't know how you would not sound weird, like you said. So
So are you 100% sure the girls were still around and alive when you drove out? Okay. So that's completely accurate. There's nothing else about that.
They got in the truck.
Okay.
Where did the blanket go?
It's probably in the trash can or something, I think.
In the trash?
It wasn't like, it was still in my truck.
Okay. Well, we thought we saw some GPS where you had stopped by near a construction roll-off dumpster. Is that true, or?
I think that's like, I dumped my clothes in there.
So that would have been on the way back to the house. Yeah.
My neighborhood.
Yeah. When Officer Kunab was there. Okay. Was it one of those red construction dumpsters?
More than likely.
Did you pack new clothes? How did that work?
I already have some in there because, like, in case we have like a spill or something.
Oh.
If you ever get crude oil on you, you don't. Yeah, I have like 2 pairs of boots, all kinds of different stuff in there, just because like just one time I had to clean up a spill and I had defrost on, and I had like a headache for like 2 weeks because like the crude oil that comes. So I always have something in there.
So where did you keep them after you took them off? Like, did you just change out there into your new other?
So like I dumped my clothes in that dumpster.
But that wasn't that on the way back when you were coming. Like, you'd already worked the whole day.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd work like till like 11 or so.
11.
Yeah. So that was back when Nicole Atkinson.
Yeah, when she was
Yeah, when she
at my house, hit the doorbell. That's when I knew someone was at the house.
Right.
Did you think right then, like, oh fuck, like here we go, or what were you thinking?
I didn't know why she was there. I was like, I didn't know, like maybe she had an appointment or something with Shanann. I didn't know.
What did you think, like, that day, like, what you were gonna say? Like, what was your plan? Were you just gonna go home and be like, report to the police that your family's gone, or?
I had no idea what was gonna happen. Like after everything, I don't even know how I was even acting even normal to people that I was around. That's when like Troy and Cody and Chad and Melissa and all them, like, when they showed up on the site, I don't even know how I was even being somewhat even hearing what I was saying, but apparently they understood me. So I didn't know what was going to happen. Like I said, this wasn't like something like some criminal minds type.
Like, well thought out.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like that.
You're just minute by minute at that point.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on.
So once the girls were gone, was it also just a minute by minute thing as far as the oil tanks?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I mean, I just thinking about an oil tank just makes me want to throw up.
And was that just because it was in front of you and there it was and just presented itself? It wasn't a plan beforehand? Okay.
Was there any reason why the separate ones?
No, it's like you said, it was like going up the stairs, and it just didn't. No, like what Frank said is like I was trying to separate everybody. That's not.
No.
No, I didn't want to separate anybody.
What was the reason?
I can't even tell you. It was like I said, like something else was in control of what I was doing, and it was like I was doing something I never thought I would ever do in my life.
Did you think there would be less chance of someone finding them if they were in separate tanks, or?
Sounds like a little.
No, I didn't. Whatever my reasoning was in my head that day, it wasn't sound. It was nothing was right.
And you don't even remember thinking about it.
No, it was just like a reaction of something that I wasn't even thinking about.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the trash bags? Do you remember that?
Oh,
There were two.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to, because she kept, I didn't want to, when I was putting the one coherent, I guess, thing I had, I didn't want the girls looking at Shanann while they were in the back seat.
So what'd you do?
I put a trash bag on one end and on her feet and on her head so they didn't have to see.
And they were just too little to kind of figure out, right?
And then
Okay. That's good.
I just know, like, when I was driving up there, I mean, you know, they were just, you know, sitting there just, you know, kind of asleep or kind of just like, you know, holding on to each other, laying in each other's laps. I did.
Do you remember having any thoughts or thinking about why not just putting them all together with Shanann?
It was just happening so fast. I had no time to really have a thought. That was my own.
Okay.
That wasn't like dutifully trying to separate anybody, passing away, trying to keep anybody separate. And everything, you know, Frank, Sandy, and Frankie said, you know, like, I don't hold it against them. I mean, they can hate me they have a right to hate me for the rest of their lives.
They don't hate
They,
you.
in fact, while we're on the subject, I speak with them weekly, and I told them that we were going to come here, and then hopefully they would speak with us. And they told me to tell you, understandably, they're devastated. But they actually said that they love you. They still love you. And Sandy explained it. You know, he's our son-in-law for 8 years. I can't just turn that off. So they don't hate you. They don't.
That's amazing to hear that.
Yeah. Well, and I can tell you, Sandy was the one that was most resistant to penalties in this case. And she said that, she told me that from the very beginning, that she didn't want that. It's God's decision. It's not her decision. And then she told me that even then. So it's not just a one-time thing that she has said it to me. It's been over the whole course of the event. So, that's probably one of the most honest things someone's ever told me, you know, so it's pretty amazing. You know, faith is, she obviously a believer, so am I. I get it, so I understand it.
That's amazing to hear that.
Yeah. Good people.
I would have figured they would have hated me for.
They don't. I mean, yeah, anybody would think that. I certainly would have, but I have to admit, I was surprised, really taken back by that, but they certainly don't. So.
What did they say when they knew you were coming out here?
They said they want to know details because they need closure, and that's really all they want, and they want to keep it private. And I said, well, absolutely. We'll talk to them about what you told us, and just so they can put it past them, because they're having a hard time dealing with it and trying to get past it all. And I think that may help just to know.
Closures, you know. I mean, my parents still think, you know, like I told them I pled guilty for a reason,
Right.
Right.
and like I told it to them when they had that video phone thing in Colorado the day before. Like I pled guilty, but I plead guilty for a reason. Like I didn't just, you know, I knew other people were watching. I didn't just go in and just say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they seemed to take it. Like, okay.
What
And
made you do that, Chris? What made you plead guilty?
I didn't want anybody else to. I didn't want them to go through this for 2 or 4 years. I didn't want my attorneys to lie for me for 2 or 4 years. Like they would have done anything I told them to do.
Sure.
That's what they're. I don't see how they can do that. Like, you know, that's what attorneys do. You know, like they take their defendant and they say, like, what happened? Okay, we'll go with that story. Like I told them everything I just told you guys, and it's just like they got together. They're like, well, if you know, if they ever offered a plea deal, would you ever want it? Like just plead guilty to. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if we can end this, end it. Like I was like in September, I told them that.
Really?
Yeah, they like, but you know, it was way too early, and prosecution was still doing their investigation, still grabbing evidence and all kinds of stuff, and that wasn't even really on the table. So I think it was in like around Halloween. I think that's when the prosecution went to Frank and Sandy and Frankie's house, and it's talking like, if we can end this, would you be open to that? And that's when like, you know, like the whole death penalty and everything, all that
Right.
conversation happened. And I guess they were surprised that it would just be over.
Yeah.
And
We were all in shock. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that was like,
It's like we were going 100 miles an hour and then we just hit a brick wall. Like that's what it felt like to all of us. So, I mean, obviously you had more time to
yeah, I mean,
contemplate it than
yeah,
us.
I told John and Kate and Sophia and everybody, Amy, hey, if we can just stop this, and like, I know it's, you know, everybody's telling me to fight this, you know, there's like, everybody's saying there's like not enough evidence to such this and that. And I'm just like, no, I'm just like, this needs to end. Like, I don't want people to have to, because for Frank and everybody to have to fly back to Colorado every single time and get reminded of this, like, I'm sure it's never going to go away, but to actually have to come and talk about it, have other people talk about it, have, you know, all three of you get on the witness stand and say, you know, what they saw,
Yeah.
what they've seen, you know, what they heard on tapes and everything like that. It's just like, I don't want people to relive that over and over and over again for years. Like, if I could just end this for everybody, and then like, if there's any closure at all, they could, you know, it could start then instead of like 2022.
Right.
You know, like, you know, and everything just like, so I know it'd only get worse for everybody.
So did it have anything to do with you not having the death penalty?
No, like, I mean, honestly, like, when I was sitting in that cell, I felt like I should have died. I mean, I was listening to everybody telling me, like, hey, if you do this and this, you can hang yourself in that cell. You could do this and that.
They were like telling you stuff.
Yeah, you could drown yourself in the toilet if you wanted to fill your toilet bowl up or something like that. It was, they've been there a bunch of times. And, like, you know, at one point, I was listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, I just felt like maybe there's a different purpose for me somewhere. You know, maybe it's here. I don't know. Like, I prayed to God every day that He would move me away from Colorado, like move me away from like the DOC there, because I just knew, like, cause they were saying there was a hit on me. They said if I was going to a DOC in Colorado, like, I'd last a week and I'd be dead because of like the gangs and all that kind of stuff. So like, I just felt like God moved me here for a reason. Hopefully I can help people that way. But like, I didn't want my family, I didn't want Shanann's family, all our friends, like, you know, having to go through that, because after a while I knew it was like, this stuff was everywhere. And I knew like all her Thrive friends, everybody, that was just like, it would just broke, just put that hole in their heart just a little bit bigger every time. I didn't want that. So I knew it would have gotten worse. I didn't want it to get any worse than it already was.
Did you ever think about, well, you know, it could be very believable what I told him. It could be very believable that Shanann did, you know, end the girls. So maybe if I tried to convince people that, maybe if I fought with my attorneys on that, maybe I could lessen it somehow. Did you ever think about that?
Honestly, I never even thought about the story until you guys mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No wonder.
I never even thought about it until you guys mentioned it.
So what did you think about it once it got mentioned?
Like, I just went with it. I didn't, like, you know, I knew my dad was out there. I knew it was like, you know, I knew they would probably believe it because, you know, my mom and my sister just never really liked Shanann. And I knew that, like, you know, I mean, through all this, like, I got letters from some of my friends that even said, you know, when we went to your house, we could see, you know, Shanann was more of a dominant personality and more of like, you know, you're always helping with the kids and everything. Just, you know, you're a great dad and everything. We could see, you know, a couple things that I never saw or, you know, whatnot. And even my best friend Mark can say, you know, there's always, you know, something, you know, I didn't really get with Shanann. I was like, nobody ever told me any of this stuff, but okay. But yeah, I never thought about that story. And, you know, that's what my attorneys were going with. And then, like, I think it was probably the second week I told them, like, what had really happened.
What did they say after that?
They were quiet. They were writing it down. They said they wouldn't judge me, so I told them. I told them everything that happened. And they appreciated, like, and I guess, most of the time, their defendant or their, defense don't, like, tell them actually what happened.
No. Yeah.
They just, tell them, all right, get me out of here. This is what happened. But I told them what happened. I didn't want them going, if this was going to go, like, anywhere in courts, I didn't want them to be under a false pretense and, like, get surprised. So I know, like, there was probably things that you guys probably knew that maybe if I lied to them and just told them, no, this is what happened, that it would have, like, made them look, foolish and stupid and just, like, unprepared. And I'm just like, this is what happened. And they, they appreciated me telling them that. So now they would be prepared. And that's when they were saying, like, if it was ever, if we ever went to them, the prosecution, and say, if we could end this, would I be open to it? I'm like, if it could end, then
I know there was like, wasn't her phone found on the couch or between the couch cushions? Like, did you plant all that stuff?
just threw it in there.
You just threw it in there? Why did you do that?
I don't know what was going on that morning. Like, even like, her watch, her phone, like, if I was actually, like, if I'd planned this, I would probably just take it out to the field, But,
What about her ring and stuff? What were you thinking about that?
it's like, maybe she actually really wanted a divorce. Maybe she didn't want to fix it. Just put it there on the counter.
She took it off? Or did you take it off?
I took it off.
Okay. Oh, so that would look like she was saying, I want a divorce. I'm leaving it here when I take it off. I see.
So the phone and her watch and the couch, was that morning before you left to go to surgery?
Yeah, so I think Nicole's son found it or something.
Yeah.
What other things did you do that maybe we even missed?
So the phone and watch. Yeah. I think I threw the therapy book she wanted me to read in the trash.
That was that morning?
I think so.
Were you trying to make it look like she threw it in the trash?
I don't know. I just
Oh.
I just didn't think nothing was ever going to work again. So I didn't know what was going on.
Did you go down to the basement? I thought the basement door opened.
Yeah, the door is open, but yeah. So there was a lot of movement, I think it was around 4:26 or something. From the garage door opening, the basement door opening, and then of course the living room sensors and all. Do you remember what you were doing all during that time?
You had a lot of steps. I'll just say that.
So like the basement, I'm not sure. I mean, the only thing I really have down there is my workout, the bench press.
Do you remember going down there for anything or opening that door for anything? Did you think about, well, maybe I'll take her out that way, or is it a walkout basement?
No.
It wasn't at your house. Okay.
It's like a garden level basement. So.
Okay.
But no, I don't know the place. Plus, I don't think I worked out that morning.
Like, were you packing your lunch in the kitchen? Like, did you have to do all that normal stuff? Okay.
I packed lunch and everything. Did all that. But I don't remember about the basement. Unless I just worked out that morning, I just don't remember. I don't think I did.
So one of the more,
Plus, there was a trash bag down there at that time.
Yeah, you got trash bags from there?
Maybe there wasn't any in the garage, and I went down there and got one.
Do you normally carry a roll of trash bags in your truck?
No.
So there was a roll in the truck.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I just grabbed it and brought it with me then.
That would have been kept in the basement, maybe? Or
It's not in the garage.
in the garage? I'm sorry, what were you saying, Graham?
one of the more kind of poignant or tender moments in all of this was seeing you with your dad when he came in. What was it like when you picked him up at the airport?
It was very strange. It was kind of like I almost knew this was probably the last time I'd ever see him on the outside. In my head, I knew that.
Yeah. What'd you guys talk about?
Honestly, like, he just wanted to talk about sports. He's like, he's always the kind of, like, distance himself from, like, like a problem type thing. Like, you know, when, like if there was ever an issue or anything like that, he always want to talk about, like, just bring up, like when I would try to get him to quit smoking, like all the time. Like, that's after like I graduated high school and whatnot. He would,
Are you talking about cigarettes?
yeah.
Okay.
And he would always like just change stuff. He's like, "Oh, you ever happened in the race, football or something?" I mean, he just never wanted, like, you know. He said, "Okay, yeah, I'll get to it," and he was boom, something else. And, you know, I just kind of felt like it was kind of like that, you know, like he asked like a few questions, like, you know, do you know where they're at, and do you think you know where they're at or anything like that. I just, you know, don't know. And then like want to talk about sports and just like normal things. Just kind of, I'm not sure if he maybe knew anything, and you know, maybe he kind of figured out something maybe happened and just wanted to talk to me. That's son.
Is it possible he saw that you were in a stressful situation and wanted to do what he always did?
Yeah.
Make things comfortable.
I think that was a good way to put it.
I bet you picked up a lot of that from him.
Yeah, because I mean, stressful situations, like I mean, the gray hair didn't show it, but like I try not to be in stress. But you know, it's like, you know, I worked on cars. There's a lot of stress because it's always, you know, it's on commission. You know, you get paid what you do, not by showing up. So, you know, then Anadarko was a little less stressful. You know, I got paid just to be there. But, you know,
Was your dad's marriage like yours and Shanann's marriage, as far as like your dad was the more passive one and your mom was the
yeah,
more
mom
dominant?
was always the more aggressive one.
Was she like Shanann in a way? I mean, were you attracted to Shanann because she was kind of like how your mom and dad's relationship was, or?
It was like, you know, it almost mirrored like her mom and dad's relationship, honestly, because her dad's like my dad. Because they're both like kind of calm and cool. Like,
I could see that, yeah.
mom's very.
Sandy rules that roost.
Oh yeah, yeah, very. And it's just like, you know, I kind of related it to that because like her mom always said like she always told Shanann that she would marry somebody else kind of like her dad. I felt like I was kind of like her dad. I mean, I wasn't like, you know, I couldn't build a lot of things he could, but, you know, our personalities were kind of like, you know, I was always, you know, I think he really liked me the first time he met me because, like, I was helping Shanann with this. She had got this car from the dealership that she worked at, and she was driving around and felt like, you know, the wheels might fall off. And I pulled over where her dad was, and I was like, I got underneath it, jacked it up, and I was like, you know, trying to fix everything. He's saying like any other guy she ever dated would have just like stood by and watched me do it. And so I think that's when she really like kind of like me.
Good to you.
It's like I was always wanting to help people, not to hurt anybody.
Well, and you helped her all through her lupus, and you're at the colonoscopy, and you're jacking up the car. And
Yeah, I mean, anytime she had an issue with like car at the Dirty South Customs, like I would just go out to work, see what I could do with it. You know, I would just do whatever I could to help.
yeah. Well, and I think one of the reasons Frank and Sandy work so well is because Frank let Sandy be Sandy.
Yeah,
And they probably both gone on you that you let Shanann be Shanann.
yeah. I just like, you know, I didn't try to change her.
Right.
Like I just let her be, you know, who she is.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, she's gung ho. She's, you know, she knows what she wants. She's gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And I didn't say, hey, you know, you can't do that. And that's what her first husband.
Yeah.
She controlled everything. He tried to be Sandy, and it didn't work. And she turned into almost like me. She was like, she just kind of like played back and just kind of like let him do what he was doing. And I think she learned after that she can just be herself. And with me, she could definitely be herself.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked.
So do you think your dad had any inkling? Because I'm trying to remember the timing. He showed up when you were still walking around. You weren't in any trouble yet. Ronnie came in.
Yeah, I had met with you the night before for like 3 or 4 hours. And then I was at Nick and Amanda's house.
Yeah.
We went there, and that's when I went to go pick him up.
Okay. And you picked him up. It was early that morning, right?
He was like 10:30, I think, when his flight came in.
Okay. And then so from there, you guys probably drove home and then to the police station.
Yep.
And the talks there were no type of confession from you. Okay.
No, it was like, he was just gonna wait. I told him, like, there's like that barbecue joint down the street. Like, it's good. And was, he told me he never left.
He didn't. I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
He was faithful. He was.
I mean, I don't know how he lasted that long without food.
We ended up giving him food.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was great. And the reason I ask is because when I look back and watch the video, now knowing what I know after talking to you today, I can see how genuine he was. But I just didn't know if you guys had come up with some sort of plan. Okay.
No, we never even talked. I know about that. If I had told him anything, he would have probably just told me to tell him right away.
I think you're right.
Now, he would have still loved me either way, but he would have told me, you need to tell him, like, right now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need, I mean, I didn't think I was going to be there for 14 or however long it was, like 10 hours or something.
You were there a long time.
Yeah, but it was, he would have told me just to tell you.
Yeah.
Did you know walking in there that you were going to tell us? Or did you think...
I didn't, I mean, I knew there was a reason you brought me back in. I know, well, for the,
What you think about the polygraph?
that was horrible.
Why did you say
I
that?
don't know how you do that.
Why do you say that?
Because Tammy's a torturer.
I'm not.
No, like, I mean,
Tell me.
You answered, you asked me questions for like 3 or 4 hours beforehand, and then you do the polygraph, and it's like you just break down somebody's brain to where like
Too much or what?
Jello, and it's just like I know it's you guys have a job and you have a plan, and that's what we executed it.
So she's thorough, right? There's just no way to get out of there without the truth.
No, I mean I kind of knew like where